or the when you have a compost somewhere where you dump you tunasema the takataka, you dump them there, so you can take them so that during your land preparation you mix with it with soil so that the soil fertility can be improved. Again, after we have add some of those decomposed manure, you should prepare raised beds to improve drainage and root development. Now remember that we are preparing as our seedlings. So after you have had some decomposed, you should ensure that the beds are raised to ensure drainage and root development. So after you have had some decomposed, now you make some nursery. You know, a nursery is a place where a land is somehow raised up kidogo, so that our seedlings can get a place to develop their roots, and also to improve a drainage at that point. Again, now we have prepared all the way. We have selected a site. We have prepared our land well. Now the next step we should consider while planting our strawberry is that choosing a planting materials. Now this is where most of the farmers get lost, because now a farmer is a beginner and he or she doesn't know on where to get this satisfied seed so that I can plant my strawberry. You know, a farmer may consider any place I can get this my seedlings, but my advice is that when considering a place to buy your seedlings, you must prefer a place where the seeds are satisfied, because now you know in our current world things are changing, because someone can give you seedlings or seeds that are not satisfied, and when you plant them they won't grow or germinate. So you will ensure that our seedling or our seeds are satisfied, so that we can have an easy time to check their growth. Again, choosing planting materials by satisfied seeds, disease-free strawberries. So again, the factors to consider when buying those seedlings: number one, you should ensure that our seeds are satisfied. That's number one. Number two, you should also ensure that our seeds are disease free. As you know that most of the cases you may find that one buys seeds that have a lot of disease. When you plant them, immediately they germinate, they are being attacked by diseases. So you should ensure that our seedlings or our seeds are disease free, so that they can have a good time to grow well. Again, apart from disease free, you should ensure that there is a reputable nursery growth. Our seed should adapt in environment that are selected, because sometimes farmers may buy seeds and they keep or they put into a nursery bed, and they wait until some of the given days, and they see that now my seeds are not germinating, and yet I bought they were very satisfied seeds and they were disease-free seed. But the one mistake that you have done is that you haven't checked the reputation of that place, and you check that if this my place is where the seedlings of strawberry can grow well or not. So you should consider that place, if this place it's favoring our seed growth, because sometimes there is a variation in places. Maybe in Nyanza you cannot practice the planting or the farming of strawberry, but in Eastern you can practice well, and it does well. But now a farmer may ask himself or herself that now I've bought these my seedlings of strawberry, but now they are not germinating. So the reason number one is that you didn't check a place where to set that seeds if it is well. So you should ensure that you have the place that you are planting your seedlings. You should ensure that the place that you are planting your seeds, it is reputable for growth of strawberries. Again, now after that, after we have choose our planting materials and whatever, And now we want to go to the process of planting our strawberries. And before that, before we go to that planting process, we will take a short break, then we will come back with a lot.
Dreaming of a career in journalism, television, or digital media? Join Cityscope Technical Training College and gain hands-on training in television production, journalism and news production, and digital media and content creation. Learn from experienced media professionals and develop the practical skills needed to succeed in today's fast-growing media. Enroll today and start your journey toward a rewarding media career. For inquiries, call 0726 324 028 or email us at cityscopetv@gmail.com or visit our website at www.cityscopemediacenter.co.ke. Cityscope Technical Training College. Think, believe, and achieve.
Be in gi lek mar bedo jafuambo, jalendo e wang' jowi, kata jalony e weche mag mbui. Riwri kod kar tiegruok mar Cityscope mondo iyud lony e chano chenro mag wang' jowi, fuambo kod puodho weche manyien moyiedhi. Yud puonj kowuok kuom jolony magwa mondo ibed gi ng'eyo mang'eny e weche mag fuambo. Ndikri kaka achiel kuom jopuonjre mondo mi ichak wuodhi mar bedo jafuambo. Mondo ing'e mathoth, ywanwa tol kokalo e namba 0726324028 kata tudri kodwa email marwa cityscopetv@gmail.com kata www.cityscopemediacenter.co.ke. Cityscope Training College. Think, believe, achieve.
Now, welcome back to our show. As I promised you that when we come back, we want to see now the steps or the process that takes place during planting our strawberry, because all the way we have been seeing how it is land preparation, selection of seed planting materials, but now we want to see the process of planting our strawberries. What it is that in planting process, it is very important as a farmer to identify the process or the activities that are being practiced during planting. Now, during planting, you should plant our seedlings 30 to 45 centimeters apart, so that it can give some space during growing. Again, apart from that, we should apply mulching. Mulching, you can use those black plastic polythene to do mulching, or you can use those the drops of plants, maybe the materials, those leaves, the dry grass. You can also apply them, because when you mulch them, when you use mulching materials like dry grass and dry leaves, they can preserve that moisture content in our soil, and they enable our strawberry to grow well in a wet condition. Also, another importance of this mulching is that it helps us during the weed control. You know, when you apply grass during mulching, it's make the weeds not to grow in our piece of land. Again, it keeps fruits clean when you apply those green leaves or dry leaves, when you put it in our land, our fruits can be very clean because hazitaanguka kwa mchanga. When they drop down, they don't drop direct to the soil, but they drop to those dry leaves. So this mulching is very important during planting. Again, it reduces fruit rot. You know, when you mulch using those dry grass, when our fruit drop down, it doesn't drop there to the soil. It drops to those dry leaves, and they will be very safe. They will not rot because now it is not direct to the soil. Now it is advisable to a farmer, when you have planted your strawberries, you must apply mulching activity, because it is helped mostly because conservation of moisture. It prevents our fruits from
Be in gi lek mar bedo jafuambo, jalendo e wang' jowi, kata jalony e weche mag mbui? Riwri kod kar tiegruok mar Cityscope mondo iyud lony e chano chenro mag wang' jowi, fuambo kod puodho weche manyien moyiedhi. Yud puonj kowuok kuom jolony magwa mondo ibed gi ng'eyo mang'eny e weche mag fuambo. Ndikri kaka achiel kuom jopuonjre mondo mi ichak wuodhi mar bedo jafuambo. Mondo ing'e mathoth, ywanwa tol kokalo e namba 0726324028 kata tudri kodwa email marwa cityscopetv@gmail.com kata www.cityscopemediacenter.co.ke. Cityscope Training College. Think, believe, achieve. Be in gi lek mar bedo jafuambo, jalendo e wang' jowi, kata jalony e weche mag mbui? Riwri kod kar tiegruok mar Cityscope mondo iyud lony e chano chenro mag wang' jowi, fuambo kod puodho weche manyien moyiedhi. Yud puonj kowuok kuom jolony magwa mondo ibed gi ng'eyo mang'eny e weche mag fuambo. Ndikri kaka achiel kuom jopuonjre mondo mi ichak wuodhi mar bedo jafuambo. Mondo ing'e mathoth, ywanwa tol kokalo e namba 0726324028 kata tudri kodwa email marwa cityscopetv@gmail.com kata www.cityscopemediacenter.co.ke. Cityscope Training College. Think, believe, achieve. Be in gi lek mar bedo jafuambo, jalendo e wang' jowi, kata jalony e weche mag mbui? Riwri kod kar tiegruok mar Cityscope mondo iyud lony e chano chenro mag wang' jowi, fuambo kod puodho weche manyien moyiedhi. Yud puonj kowuok kuom jolony magwa mondo ibed gi ng'eyo mang'eny e weche mag fuambo. Ndikri kaka achiel kuom jopuonjre mondo mi ichak wuodhi mar bedo jafuambo. Mondo ing'e mathoth, ywanwa tol kokalo e namba 0726324028 kata tudri kodwa email marwa cityscopetv@gmail.com.
Irrigation in our farm, it helps us so that our strawberry can get some water, and this irrigation mostly it is done during flowering and fruit development. You know, when at this stage, when our strawberries misses some content of water, a farmer may encounter a lot of losses, because now the production of fruits may be in low quality and quantity. So a farmer should apply regular watering or irrigation, especially during flowering and fruit development. And this is a crucial stage, because when a farmer misses to apply irrigation, now the fruits maybe they will not be fruit development, or the flowering process will not take place. So a farmer may consider applying irrigation. This a crucial stage. Again, drip irrigation is recommended because it saves water and reduces diseases. There's several types of irrigations, and when we talk about strawberry requires a drip irrigation. Why? The reason is simply because it saves on water, and number two, it reduces it saves on time. When you apply drip irrigation, just put some water into a bottle, then you put at the stem of the or at the center of our strawberry seedling. So at that point, a farmer may use some little water compared to other types of irrigation. So drip irrigation is recommended because it saves water and reduces diseases. Also, there will not be the spread of diseases will be minimal, because now when you use drip irrigation, it is rare to get some diseases in our farm. Again, during planting, you should ensure that there is a fertilizer application, and apply organic manure before planting. So a farmer, you should not plant then apply organic manure. Our current farmers, they don't have those skills to apply fertilizers. Now, you should apply fertilizer before planting. When you have a small hole, then put some little fertilizer, then you put your seedling. Don't plant, then put your fertilizer. It has some effect on it. And number two, use balanced fertilizers recommended by agricultural officer. While buying your fertilizer to Agrovet or to the shop, you should read those instructions given by agricultural officer, because when you misread those instructions, you may apply a fertilizer in a wrong way. Maybe you put it in large quantity or in small quantity, and that may result to the damage of our fruits. So you should ensure that you have read those instructions given by agricultural officer. So while applying fertilizer, at least you have the concept, when I apply this way, it will result this way. So it is my advice to the farmers, when you're buying fertilizer, you should read those instructions carefully. Again, avoid excessive nitrogen because it promotes leaf instead of fruits. So there's some fertilizers. For example, we have the DAP fertilizer. This DAP fertilizer, it encourages the growth of leaves. But when dealing with the planting or the farming of strawberry, we want to harvest some fruits, not leaves. So when you apply DAP fertilizer on strawberry farming, you are going to get a lot of losses, because here we focus with the harvesting of fruits. But when you apply DAP, now you want to harvest leaves. So avoid using excessive nitrogenous fertilizer like DAPs, and so that you can harvest a good quality of fruits. Again, avoid use of those inorganic manure in excessive. It is recommended to use organic manure like chicken drops and cow dung. They facilitate the growth of fruits very well compared while using this inorganic fertilizer. Again, another activities that are done during planting, we have the weed control. This stage, we remove weeds regularly by hand or use mulch. So during weed control, one can decide to remove the weeds by using its hands, or he or she can decide to apply mulching across our land so that we can avoid those weeds to grow, so that our land can be clean. Again, weeds compete with strawberries for nutrients and water. So, the effects of our weeds in our farm, the reason why we remove them is that they compete with our strawberries plant for survival, because when we have a lot of weeds in our farm, they also compete for nitrogen and water in our land. So it is advisable to remove these weeds, because our strawberries they should have some sufficient nitrogen and water. Again, apart from weed control, activities that are done during planting, it is pest and disease management. Now, there are some of the common pests that are attacking the strawberries in our farm, and these are example of those pests are aphids, spider mites, thrips, slugs, and others. So When you see those pests in our plant, you should ensure that you have a way or a tactical method so that you can control them, because they bring a lot of damage to our strawberries. Maybe, for example, we have the spider mites. Now these spider mites, they may have some holes on our fruits. So when during harvesting, you won't harvest a quality and quantity fruits, because they will be damaged by those spider mites. Again, when we see aphids mainly they attack at the bottom place of our fruit strawberry, and they cause a lot of damage. Now they make our strawberry not to be good in size, and they tamper with it. So, and again, we have some of the common diseases that attack our strawberry fruits. We have gray mold, we have the root rot, we have the leaf spot, and there are some methods that we can control them. Number one, we can use healthy seedlings while planting. That's why I told you that when going to buy those seedlings, you should ensure that those seedlings are satisfied. Number two, practice crop rotation so that you can avoid those diseases. So when this season you plant strawberry, next season just plant sweet potatoes, and next time you plant again strawberry, so that you can avoid that diseases. Number two, maintain field hygiene. Our field should be clean always. Remove those plant residues, all and weeds, so that our plant can be clean. Again, apply recommended pesticides. When you see that some pests are many, just go and buy some pesticides and apply so that they can go away. Again, now we have during the flower and the fruit development, this is the second last stage, where we have flowering and fruit development. You know, our strawberries, they do flowering well and fruit development, and we want to see the activities are done, a farmer should done during flowering and fruit development. Number one, flowers appear about 4 to 8 weeks after planting, depending on the variety and climate. So you should consider while buying the seeds or seedlings, you should ensure that duration on when our strawberries will do flowering. Again, the bees and other insects help pollinate the flowers. Now we should ensure that pollination takes place while flowering, and healthy pollination results in well-shaped fruits. You see, when the pollination takes place well in our strawberry farming during flowering, and it may result to harvest a healthy fruit. Again, now we are at the last stage, now at a harvesting stage, and this is where now a farmer has been practice all those steps and procedures and activities on our field. Now it reaches a final stage of harvesting, and he wants to harvest the fruits, and there are some activities that takes place while harvesting. So these are some of the activities that takes place during harvesting. Number one, where fruits are ready when they are fully red. A farmer should ensure that our strawberry fruits are very red, and so that when they are red, it is a sign that indicates that now they are fully matured. Again, after that, harvest early in the morning when the temperature are cool. It is not recommended to harvest our fruits during afternoon or in the evening, because morning hours it is advisable, because the weather is calm and there is a lot of sun. Again, pick gently with the stalk attached. Don't just harvest in a hurry way. Just pick it slowly so that they are perishable fruits. So when you touch them in a bad way, you will encounter a lot of losses. So you should ensure that while harvesting our strawberry fruits, you should ensure that unachukua in a slow way, not just in a hurry. Again, we have handle carefully, because strawberries are braised easily. As you know, they are very watery. When you apply some ukipiga with a cane and zitaribika, and it will lower its quality and quantity. So you should ensure that during harvesting, harvest it with a lot of keenness. Again, We have the post-harvest handling, sort fruits according to quality, remove damaged fruits and store in a cool place or refrigerate, and our package, we should package in a well-ventilated bucket so that they can have a space where they can grow well. And I want to, as I finalize, I want to encourage our farmers that we should focus on strawberry farming because it has a lot of importance and benefits. So I will encourage mostly the young people in Kenya, when you want to consider agribusiness, consider farming of strawberry. It has a lot of profits and you will harvest a lot from it. It doesn't require a lot of piece of land, just small piece of land, then you have our strawberry farming and it will go well. And I think we will end our topic because of time. We will come back next time to ensure that we have some skills on agricultural activities. My name is Byron Musoda. Goodbye for now.
Be in gi lek mar bedo jafuambo, jalendo e wang' jowi, kata jalony e weche mag mbui? Riwri kod kar tiegruok mar Cityscope mondo iyud lony e chano chenro mag wang' jowi